Well, let's look at two practice questions on how to apply the two formulas to compute the price elasticity of demand. Now, let's look at the first one. Suppose the price elasticity of demand for good A is 1.25. And if the price of good A increased by 20%, what will happen to the quantity demand for good A? So look at this question. First, we can write it down. This is the formula to compute the price elasticity of demand, right? It will equal to the percentage change in quantity demand divide the percentage change in price. And this will equal to 1.25. As far as we know, this 1.25 is actually absolute value of price elasticity of demand. Actually, it should be negative, right? Because the percentage change in quantity demand and percentage change in price should be in the opposite direction, okay? So this is the things that we need to figure out. And then the percentage change in price equal to 20%, right? And this will equal to 1.25. And this is the absolute value. So here I will just mark this will be the absolute value, okay? From the theory, we know the price elasticity of demand should be negative, okay? So now, based on this, we can figure out the percentage change in quantity demand will equal to 1.25 times 20%, right? And this will equal to 25%. And this 25% will tells you actually the quantity demand for good A decreased by 20%, right? Because now the price increased by 20%. Price is higher. Consumers would like to buy fewer products. Therefore, the quantity demand will decrease by 25%. Okay? So that will be the first question. Now let's look at the second practice question in the price elasticity of demand. So look at this question. First, it gives you the demand equation, right? And then ask you to use the midpoint methods to compute the price elasticity of demand between $7 and $8. So it asks you to use the midpoint methods, okay? So according to what we just introduced, there are three steps to apply this midpoint methods to compute the price elasticity of demand. So the first one, we need to figure out when price equal to $7, what's the quantity demand? So when price equal to $7, the quantity demand equal to 50 minus 5 times the price, right? So it will give us 15 units, okay, when price equal to $7. And now when price equal to $8, what's the new quantity demand? Price is higher. We can predict that the quantity demand at Q2 should be lower, right? So we will use 50 minus 5 times $8. Then it will give us the quantity demand when price equal to $8 will equal to 10 units. So based on those information, we can compute the price elasticity of demand by midpoint methods. So the first step here, okay, so step 1, compute the percentage change in quantity demand, okay? Percentage change in quantity demand, which will equal to, this part will equal to what? So this will equal to the quantity difference. This will be the quantity differences, right? Divide the average of the quantity. Divide 2, okay? So based on this, you can compute the percentage change in quantity demand, right? And then for the second step, okay? For the second step here, you should compute the percentage change in price, right? And the percentage change in price will equal to $7 minus $8, right? That will be the differences in price. Divide average of the price. Okay, so based on this, you can compute the percentage change in price. So from here, from the first step, we can compute the percentage change in quantity demand will equal to 40%. Okay, and then the percentage change in price would equal to almost like a negative 13%. Okay, and based on this, you can compute the third step. Okay, so we can move on to the third step. Compute elasticity of demand, okay, which would just equal to 40% divide, that will be the negative 13, actually it's 13.33%, okay, if you use your calculators. So finally, it will give us the price elasticity of demand will equal to -3, okay? So this -3 will tells you the price elasticity of demand of this product based on this equal to -3. Most of the time we'll use the absolute value. So at the end, your answer could be the price elasticity of demand between $7 and $8 is 3, okay, if we use absolute value, okay, if we use absolute value. So from these two questions I show you, either you can use the percentage, the first formula, if the questions just give you the percentage change directly, okay, you can use the first formula to compute, okay, or you can use the second formula based on the midpoint methods to compute the price elasticity of demand. Most of the time, we might use the absolute value of the price elasticity of demand just for easier comparison.